I got so many boxes. That's right, I got some new wheels for the Buick, actually. And I'll let you know my reasoning behind doing this, but first I'm gonna go get some rubber on these. So I actually got these from J&J Auto Wrecking in Ohio. As you can see, they did a great job packing them. They got here quickly. You'll actually remember these if you watch their channel, which you should. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. These were actually on a Park Avenue Ultra that they came in. Actually, my name is in the title of the video where they look at it, so that's pretty cool. Kind of destined to be. And yeah, these aren't bad. These are MSWs. It's like OZ, Oz. I don't know how you pronounce that.
I think this is actually America, and I'm doing it with a 19, which seems like it fits perfectly, but weirdly it doesn't.
This is Jake's 2 easy steps to success. Step 1, be crippled. Step 2, John Ross does all your work for you while you just stand back and watch.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a very sad air shock. Those are pretty cheap. I should really do something to replace that. These rear ball joints aren't too healthy either. Noticed I've been losing coolant for some reason, and it was very slowly dripping off right here off the bottom here. This clamp was over here. It was just dripping slowly onto the exhaust, which is why I couldn't see a leak. So I just kind of moved the clamp, you know, the little flange. The flanged bit is right here, so it's still, you know, beyond that, but I just kind of tightened the crap out of it. This is a brand new hose. I'm not sure what's up. We'll see if it continues leaking, I guess. Ah yes, it slumbers. It's taken me a few days to actually get this video done, and in the meantime it has dropped from like 40 degrees outside to 12. So this gives me a good chance to show you something very interesting, which is one of the downsides of E85. Am I good to shut this? Yeah. So E85 atomizes a bit differently, and it requires a lot more of it. We did change the startup enrichment tables, but cold starts are firmly on the struggle bus, as you shall now see. Something on my lens. Go away. At least these engines warm up reasonably quickly. Oh yeah, look at that. That was 28 degrees when I started. Oh, it is brisk outside. It's been a minute since we've had an actual winter here in Kansas. All of our recent winters have been super mild, like, you know, never getting below 20 ever. So this is weird. This is very weird. Multiple snows in one winter. How about it? Good thing I've got this big front wheel drive boat to haul me on through the inclement weather. Anyway, new wheels and tires. Well, new wheels to me, new tires also to me. I did get some tires secondhand, though they are a matching set with plenty of tread, and they're like a year old, so it's fine. I'm not made of money here. This isn't Hoovie's Garage. They're Continental, Conti, Contact, Conti, whatever stupid name that they're calling their tires now, but they're quite good. They ride really nice, and they're super quiet. And now that I don't have unbalanced wheels on my car, the shuttering is much better on the highway. There's still some problems. I think this needs hubs and some other front suspension components that I will get to. But the actual reason, I mean, I didn't just replace my wheels because the tires that were on it were old and the wheels were out of balance. The reason is because General Motors chrome wheels from this era have cancer. And I don't mean that in like they're ugly. I really loved how the chrome wheels on this looked, and I love how most GM's chrome wheels from that era looked. You know, the Cadillac STS, those all had some pretty good looking wheels on them, but they all have a fatal flaw, and that is the chrome just delaminates. That seems like it's mostly a fairly inconsequential visual thing, though, and a car that you want to look nice, that is a problem, but it happens around the bead as well. And then you've just got a tire that chronically leaks air, and that's annoying. The other problem is, I haven't read much about this on the internet. I saw one other person who'd seen this, but I've seen like 3 or 4 of these wheels crack all the way through a spoke. I had some STS wheels on my first car that I drove in high school, which was a Buick LeSabre, and it cracked all the way through a spoke. And I was like, what is this ticking noise that I'm hearing? And I finally figured out it was just kind of the flex of the wheel and the metal ticking together. It was real bad. So I've just kind of shied away from those in general. And, you know, I got these for a good price from J&J, but also there's something in particular about the way these look that has to do with the direction that I'm kind of going with this car in general. Hilariously enough, this is one of the more involved builds I've ever done in a car. You know, I'm doing performance stuff, maintenance, and some minor visual tweaks, and I always wanted kind of a goal, something to look forward to, something to work towards, so that, like my Ninja, I could eventually hit a point and consider the project done and move on to the next thing. And I was just kind of thinking about it, and I remembered something from the absolute very back of my mind. Back in the early 2000s, Buick was trying desperately to sort of capture a younger market. You know, their average buyer age was something like 70 at the time, which is, as Harley Davidson is finding out, that's a losing proposition. So they needed to recapture the youth, except in this case, the youth was like 50-year-olds. And to do that, Buick turned to the most youthful sport there is, golf. There was all kinds of GM and PGA collaborations, especially with Tiger Woods. That was the big one, which benefited Buick almost nothing in actual sales numbers. But along with that, there were some very interesting limited editions and SEMA concepts. And one of those SEMA concepts was actually a Park Avenue Ultra in a very attractive maroon color. It was a 2000 Park Avenue, so it was the pre-facelift without the portholes and all the really cool stuff. And in this picture here, there are 2 pixels, but it also shows the 2000 Buick Park Avenue Ultra SEMA car. And as you can see, unlike the SEMA concepts today, or at least most of them, it's pretty basic. I don't know, it's simple, it's easy to recreate, and so I'm going to. That's my goal for this car. I want to recreate the 2000 Buick SEMA Park Avenue Sports sedan. Buick wanted to be the official car of Olympic athletes, and so they built a sporty Park Avenue with like a organizer in the trunk and called it a concept car. Basically, it's just a Park Avenue that's been lowered slightly, made a little faster, had some one-off wheels put on it, and it was painted a color that it's like a tri-coat at the time. The paint that's on this is fairly close to that color. The wheels that I got are similar, and yeah, basically, if I just bring the ride height down a little bit, I'm pretty much there. The other thing they did was turn it up from 240 horsepower to 280 horsepower, a number which I think I am well beyond at this point. So really, this is pretty close to there. I would like to figure out something cool to do in the trunk. And then it also had that really nifty bike rack with the aerodynamic cover, which might be an opportunity for me to learn some fiberglassing, which would be super cool. Try and fabricate that. I mean, it literally just looks like they went on Craigslist and found like a universal bike rack and stuck it on the top of the car. GM, never change with your ridiculously low effort stuff. It's amazing. Of course, I've got a whole bunch of maintenance and stuff still to go on this, and everything I do to it will be reversible. I'm a big fan of not permanently modifying things that I think are special, so, you know, if I put springs on it, I can put stock springs back on it. It likes the cold air. That's more or less the long-term plan for this car. I say long-term because there's a lot of stuff. This car seems like it's 99% of the way there, right? But there's a lot of stuff that still needs doing. Brakes all around, rear shocks, the front hubs are completely trash. I think the tie rods need done. The steering column, of all things, needs replaced. It's got play in the actual tilt mechanism that can't be fixed, and it's not a common failure either. The fenders don't quite fit right anymore due to the car being jacked up in the wrong point, actually bending parts of the unibody and splaying out the fenders. Very common problem, but hopefully an equally easy solution. And then a few things here and there in the interior, give the whole car a good detail. I'd like to do a full paint correction on this and ceramic coating. You know, really make this as nice of a Park Avenue as you're probably ever gonna see in person. Now, let's see how it does. It spun and then shifted into third. That's supercharger though. That is not you. Ah, there we go. Ah, yeah. I love it. Oh man, these tires grip quite a bit better than those rotted BF Goodriches that were on here. This has been a whole lot of talking and not a whole lot of stuff happening, but it's kind of a state of the hoopty for now, because I've sort of just been doing stuff with no clear goal in mind, and now I have a goal and you guys kind of have a vague idea of what to expect. So I guess I'll just leave you all with that. I'm gonna go get some more Werther's Original. Everyone told me that I got the sugar-free, which was a very bad idea. So I'm gonna get some ones with some sugar in them and see if they still taste like garbage. Thanks for watching.